Marco Polo was born around 1254 into a prosperous merchant family in the Italian city-state of Venice. His father Niccolò and his uncle Maffeo had left the year before on long-term trading expedition. As a result, he was raised by extended relatives following his mother's death at a young age. Niccolò and Maffeo first spent about 6 years in Constantinople, which had been under Latin control since the Fourth Crusade. The two brothers then went to the port city of Soledad, or Ukraine, where they owned a house. 2 years later, Niccolò and Marco sailed to Agris in present-day Israel, this time with Marco at their side. At Kalubion's Khan's request, they secured some holy oil from the Holy Church in Jerusalem, and then backtracked to Agris to pick up gifts, papal documents, and 2 friars from newly elected Pope Gregory X. The friars quickly abandoned the expeditions, but the Polos continued on, possibly by camel, to the Persian port city. Failing to find any boats to their likings, they instead took a series of overland trade routes that in the 19th century what became known as the Silk Road. Over the next 3 years, they solely traveled through deserts, high mountain passes, and other terrain, meeting people of various religions and cultures along the way. Finally, around 1275, they arrived at Kalubion's summer palace at Shadin. Kalumai, who generally relied on foreigners to administer his empire, took Marco Polo into his court, possibly as a tax collector. After many years of seeking and release foreign service, the Polos finally secured permission from Kalubai to export a young princess to her intended husband Argon. To really just find out that he was dead, the princess was supposed to marry his son. So basically, later, all in that, they returned home in 1295 after the year of Kalubai's death. Shortly afterward, Marco Polo was captured and battled by Venice Archibald Genoa. While in prison, he met the Arthurian adventure writer Risterio of Pizza, with whom he would collaborate on a 1298 manuscript called Description of the World. As y'all know, the travels of Marco Polo. With the help of the notes taken during the adventures, Marco Polo described Kalubia's Khan and his palaces along with paper, money, coal, postal service, eyeglasses, and other innovations that had not yet appeared in Europe. A gentle seas via Team Street in 1299 allowed Marco Polo to return home. The following year, he married Donata Badur, with whom he would have 3 daughters with. Marco Polo died in January 1324, having helped to inspire a later generation of explorers. Everything we know about him comes from his own text and a few documents. As you can see, this is the life of Marco Polo and his travels. Hope you enjoy.